welcome back to We Don't Care Gamers. And yeah, Forging the Path release came out April 21st, 2026. And yeah, it's pretty amazing so far. The UI has changed quite a bit for the better, and a lot of new features and so on that we get to deal with right when we load. So the first one I want to talk about is skill tree. So skill tree has basically reset, so you have to start over. So make sure you're doing that before you go out in the world. And I'm playing a magical character. You want to call it battle mage or wizard or mage. I'll leave that up to you. So essentially when you come in, you've got all the points that you had. This is a cap 184 as of this release. And so I have to reinvest these. So it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm going to do a playthrough from the very beginning. You can get into double jump pretty quick. You just need 4 points and boom, right there. If you want to spend your first 4 points, I don't think you can do that, because you're going to, depending on your build, you're going to want to be playing for defense, offense, and setting up, but you can get to the things that you want to very quickly. So my strategy in playing Enshrouded is to get the double jump as soon as possible and get the updraft as soon as possible. So to get the updraft, I can put 1 point in here at Spirit, and instead of having to put 3 points in on Counter-Strike, I can just put 1 point into that, and I can go right to my 4 points needed for updraft, which is pretty darn cool. The next thing I go for is, after updraft, is to blink. And so there's a couple paths that you can take. You can see the lines here. You can go through the healing, but I'm going to want to get to wand mastery and wand damage as quickly as possible. So 1 point into intelligence. I can only have to put 1 point into arcane deflection, and then boom, my 4 points can go into blink. So I spent 16 points to get to my key strategic skills points, if you will, and that's pretty awesome. I just thank you, Keen, for setting that up. And of course, by the time I get to the pike and I do the boss there, I'm going to want to have emergency blink so I can get out of stun lock. So I've spent 18 points to get to my key strategic skills for getting started. Now, when you're coming back and you have a lot of skill points, it's just whatever build you want to play around with. Ranger, you want to play around with tank and melee, you want to play around with magic, or some sort of hybrid build. You're free to do that, and you can always reset and start again. All right, so I've invested 172 of my 184 into the magic trees that I want to go for, branches, leaves, whatever you want to call it. I have 12 points left, and I saw this over an athlete, the Splash Dash. And now enemies can dodge, so I'm looking for this and how it aligns with Blink. See, Blink replaces the sideways dash dodge roll. So I am going to put point into that, and this is 5 points for Splash Dash. I'm going to give it a try, because I always come out of it, and I have 6 points that's left that I could use for anything that I want. So if we're partnering up with some other players and I'm going to be a healer, I might put some points down here in the healing to ensure that my group is healed, or other things. So much. This is such a great job. It's so much fun. It makes it easy to get to the key items, earth or water, or get to the various skill points areas that you want to get into quickly for how you want to play the game. So again, thanks, Keen, very much, and this is going to get us started in the game. So the next thing is armor, and if we go to armor, we can see that we can now level our armor. So I need to look back on my notes to see what the previous stats were for this particular tie collar tunic. So I'm running the helmet here. You can update. We've got an Veil Water for breathing underwater. Look at those stats. Tie collar gloves. And there's some new armor that's dropping in Veil Water. So I got to check that out. That's going to be fun. But I'm going to invest into my swim fins and my other armor sets and see how that plays out. There's no investing into your tools, but there's investing in the rings. So I've already done that. And yeah, this is a new prismatic ward, which dropped in this release in Veil Water. So I've already upgraded that. And yeah, so much more fun to have here. So yeah, let's go upgrade our armor here. So just go to anybody, just like before. Item upgrades, and you can just, it's pretty much, space bar is going to unlock if you got the ruins to do that. Let's upgrade that. Swim fins, upgrade that. These hunter gloves, I'm going to try these. Probably pass them to my ranger on that, so I got that. Otherwise, for the particular armor that's here, let's upgrade that next. So because this is magic armor, you go to the survivor, the NPC that supports the armor where you got it, and now you can see I can upgrade my armor. So fully upgrade that, my tie collar gloves, my tie collar pants. Yeah, very interesting. I can play around with this and see how better it is, how more powerful it gets, and get out there to Veil Water and see if I can find some of that new armor. All right, so that's going to do it for this episode. We got to get playing here. I'm going to start a new character and do a complete playthrough of the game to check for resources and fun stuff like that as I'm playing in forging the path, because I want to forge the path to some new stuff. So thanks again for watching. This is such an awesome game. I'm also playing Windrose, which just released, and I'm going to have some videos out on that, so I look forward to getting into that with all of you as well. So until that next episode, happy gaming.